your girl, Ellen Butterfly Ellen, and today on the Life and Bullshit podcast, we have the phenomenal Renee. How you doing, Renee?
Doing fine.
What you want me to call you, Renee? What is Renee fine?
Renee is fine.
Okay, Queen is fine.
Like I say, call me what you call as long as you call.
As long as I call. So today, y'all, on the Life and Bullshit podcast, I'm sitting with this woman, and we're not just going to talk about surviving life, physical life. We're going to talk about surviving mental life. We're going to talk about circumstances, right? Because not only, and I didn't even ask if she mind me saying what I'm going to say, but she's a breast cancer survivor, right? Twice?
No.
Just one?
Once.
Just
Thank
one.
God.
Once in remission? Okay. Yes. So we're going to talk about her circumstances and the way that the system, not only we talk about the survival of life, but we're going to talk about the way the system is not protecting Black women, because do you know, today is the 30th, and there are 5 women who made it in the headline this month for being unalive. That's good you're not watching TV. That's the 5 popular ones. That's the 5 ones that made it to national news. You're not talking about the ladies who didn't, because they're... The thing is, you know, jumping right into it, is why we're not being protected as Black women, right? Why are we not being protected as Black women? And so I wanted to sit down and talk with you because I know that you know some things. I know that you have experienced some things. And you know why I know that? Because you're a woman and we all experience some things, right?
Right.
And we grow from them and we learn from them.
Right.
So with all that being said, go on and tell me a little bit something about yourself before I jump into yourself.
Okay. How do I talk about myself? I talk about other people so much, I don't even know how to talk about myself. As she said, I am a phenomenon.
Yes, you are.
I own that. I would definitely own that. But I am a caring person. I'm a very empathetic person. When it comes to even the subject that you're speaking about, it hits home.
Okay.
Like I said, we've all experienced a lot of things because we're women. But not only because we're women, because we're Black women.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that we experience that other people don't. And we'll never ever experience. Like as far as the medical field and the health field is very prejudiced towards us.
I can believe it.
I mean, just from my experiences alone, I mean, even with this going on, I've gone into certain hospitals or certain clinics or to have certain procedures done, or even just to speak with the doctor or whatever. And they speak with me totally different from when they speak to another race. And it just is what it is, because the pain that I endure is nothing near what this other race is enduring. Obviously. Right.
According to them.
Exactly. And because I'm not going in hooping and hollering, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going in clowning, and I don't have to clown because I'm in pain.
Right.
My pain should speak for itself. Whatever is going on with me should speak for itself.
Right. And not only that, Empress, but this is what I do know about you. When you go like you are now.
And I do.
So you don't go like you're sick and ailing, but you go and you present as the woman you are. That's that divine femininity. That's what I love about Empress, y'all. When I met her, I can sense the divine feminine energy. She came into my life and was telling me things about me that I was like, oh, okay. But everything she said had some truth to it, because I was experiencing that. That was that divine feminine energy. That was that connection that we had. And although she is an entrepreneur and a mother and a survivor, we are going through these segments of why are we losing ourselves? And so with that being said, when you hear the word survivor, when you hear that word, what does that really mean to you? And not the pretty version. I don't want the pretty version. I want the real version.
That means that survivor, whoever that is, even myself and you, we've gone through the grit. You know, we've really hit rock bottom. We've had to learn some really tough lessons. But those lessons, because we are survivors, those lessons turned into blessings.
Ooh, girl, but the process to get that.
The process to get that, I mean, it's tough. But the thing about it is, I tell people all the time, you have to have, I'm talking about stupid, unshakable faith. You just have to. Because without it, you have nothing. What are you going to hold on to?
Right.
Your foundation cannot have any cracks in it. Because if your foundation have cracks in it, you're liable to fall through one of those cracks eventually. So.
Right. And that's going to lead me into surviving breast cancer. what did that teach you about all of the other things that you could survive?
That taught me I can do anything. I can be anything.
That's what I was looking.
I can be anything, because the thing about it is I never claimed it. That's what they said. They said I had it. They said I had to have these procedures done. They said I had to have certain things, but there was not one time that I've gone through all these things that I didn't have a say-so in. I went to the doctors telling them, no, I need you to prescribe me such and such and such. You said, okay, my iron is going to be low, so I need you to make sure that I have such and such and such. So if you already know the symptoms, why don't you already have the solution? It just don't make sense.
That's life right there. Because the premise behind life and bullshit is that for life, we take what we need. And bullshit, rest on the floor.
That's right.
And like you said, if they already have all of these things in the works and they know this, but why are they not protecting us? Why are they not giving us the things to be proactive so that we don't have to be reactive, right? When you think about cancers and the things that are going on in the world with the Black women and the unalived and the abuse and all of that, if y'all give us the tools that we need, right, from the beginning, then you won't have to come in and try and fix it or heal it or lie or okay, but that's a whole conversation. You know what I'm saying. What was the moment that you realized, though, that you had to fight for yourself differently? Like you were saying, with going in there and telling them. When did you know that?
I was sitting this is a true story. I was sitting at the doctor's appointment. My head is still spinning. My head is still spinning from all this bad news, which wasn't bad news. My fiance, he had to completely take over the conversation with the doctor because I completely checked out. I checked out and tears run down my face. And I heard, as my voice is to your ears now, this too shall pass. I'm talking, I stopped those. I'm wiping my face. I'm like, I know somebody else heard this, right? I'm like, I know somebody else heard this. And I heard it again, this too shall pass. And from that moment on, I knew I had to go through what I had to go through so that the Most High could get the glory that belonged to him or her.
And that's important that, like you said, you have to know when to, as you say, in the moment that you clocked out, you also know that something had to come behind clocking out because now you have this information and you need to do something with it. So as a Black woman, as Black women, we're often taught to be strong and to be positive and to keep going and all that. And sometimes we do this stuff in silence, right? So when we think about it, going through the scare, what they said was, so traumatic. Did it silence you at any point? Did you lose your voice at any point?
I did.
Okay,
I did for a moment because, like I said, even though I had this news that I knew that this too shall pass, this wasn't for me. There was still, there's still a part, especially if you have family and you have children or you have a significant other. You go through these moments of silence because, am I enough? Am I able to do enough? Will I ever get back to what it was before? Because along with, in that silence, you're constantly praying, you're meditating, but you're also researching. And along with this research doesn't only give you information, it scares the hell out of you too.
Yes.
So
I can believe that.
Went through a whole lot of, oh no, I can't do this, I can't eat this, I can't walk this way, I can't talk this way because of, it's gonna make me feel a certain way. It's gonna change the outcome of something, but it's not. But that doesn't stop anything. I tell people what's meant to be is gonna be. It don't matter what you do.
If I could bring it a little bit closer into like personal relationships, when we're in relationships, right? We're in these relationships and they're toxic and they're not any good. And the 5 women, like I said, that we seen lose their life this month. There's only 4 weeks in a month, and 5 ladies have lost their lives that we know of. Mothers have lost children. Did you see the dad that unalived 7 of his kids? And then the other dad, the Virginia somebody, who unalived his wife with his 2 teenage children in the house. Serena, he started off the month with the foolishness. Because I just think that these men, or Black men, and then men in general, they're weak, right? They're weak and they're cowardly. So when you seen that you were going through the cancer scare and you see that you was dealing with foolishness, when and at what moment did you say, I'm finished with this because this is more important? Was there a shifting in what you would go through with anything, not just men, but children, friends, anybody? Did you have to get rid of people?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me just bring it all home.
Yes, I did. It showed me who was there, who wasn't there, who I thought was there, who has never been there. It just it brought out a whole lot of feelings, understand of other people's feelings towards me. It showed me that the truth. It showed me, a lot of men started falling out. A lot of men started falling out because for a long time we didn't tell anyone about the cancer. No one knew but my fiance and my children and my sister. So we were the only ones who knew until I beat it. And then, of course, my daughter with her big mouth, she wanted to put it on. She said, I'm going to tell everybody.
Look at how you get it on them, right?
Put it in a family group. And praise God for Mama, being cancer-free. So, of course, then I get all the phone calls and all the, the text messages of, why didn't you tell me? Why? Because if you were close enough to me, you would have known.
No, that's right.
If you checked up on me, you would have.
If I mattered
to you, you would have known.
Exactly.
So with that question, I cut off a lot of people. And I'm not regretful for it. I'm not regretful, baby. And I'll see them today and have a cordial conversation with them.
That part. Because see, that's the part that eats up people who are not supposed to be in your lane, in your life.
Exactly.
When you, as that old saying our grandmother would say, you got to kill them with kindness and you got to keep on keeping on.
Yes, you do.
And in the midst of that, in the midst of keeping on and keep going forward, if there was anything that you learned that specifically enhances who you are, what would it be?
Never take anything for granted. Never take anything for granted. I'm talking about even down to the breath that you breathe.
Exactly.
Nothing. I'm talking about the people that are in your life who are truly in your life, whether you see them every day or not. You don't take anything or anyone for granted. And you definitely don't take you for granted. Don't take yourself for granted, baby, because I was doing it for a long time. I was doing it for a long time.
Yes.
I had to learn to truly love me and embrace me with the flaws and all. Because the flaws are who make me who I am. Right.
So with that being said, let me run this. Saving yourself, right? Saving yourself, has that always been a priority?
No.
Do you think as African American women, Black women, that we don't know where to start in saving ourselves, or we don't know that we need to be saved?
I think it's a little bit of both. And I say that only because we've been programmed since the beginning to always look after someone else. Always take care of someone else. To always remember, this is your family. That's you can't act like that because that's your uncle or that's your auntie. It does not matter. That's what I've learned lately. You know what I'm saying? Once I've gotten older, that does not matter who it is. I tell people all the time, my saying is people are people, regardless of what title they hold. And people gonna do people shit.
All the time. They gonna do that bullshit. Some kind of people will try and come to you with bullshit like you ain't been here before. Like I ain't been here longer than you. And it's family, friends, or intimate partners, children. The children, baby. The children too. But that's a different kind of love and a different kind of conversation. But as far as saving ourselves and getting to the point where we know that we are worthy, right? And that until we get there, we won't see the need in protecting our self-worth, protecting our mental, emotional, financial. Because financial is a big thing too. A lot of women stay stuck. A lot of women don't know how to save themselves. A lot of women know how to come out of a situation because their finances ain't right. And I tell you.
Because they don't know who they are.
Okay.
You got to know who you are first.
Okay.
Before you do anything, you got to know who you are. What am I capable of? What are my superpowers? And I ain't talking about just no. And I'm into that too. So
superpowers didn't be it.
Right.
Because all that superpowers is just like I said, the divine energy. And the divine feminine energy that we have, nobody else, no other species on the face of the earth, the planet that's living has the power we have. And for some reason, we don't know it. I've been talking about this a whole month because every week a woman has lost her life. Like, I'm thinking the men that are taking your lives, they got to have small, jobs. Because a man with a big boy with a big toy, he not going, he ain't going to be trying to lie you behind, But see, when they got them small things, some small toys, they mad. They think you're going to move on to the bigger toys. So they want to take the energy out of you. They want to take your life away from you for fear that you're going to go and get something bigger and better than them. That's bullshit, y'all. I'm just clowning. But on some real stuff, though, sometimes that be what it is. You never know. And sometimes, even as women, we get confused with the lay down, too.
We do.
We get so stuck in a good lay down and we can't get ourselves up. I tell people all the time, it's not what a person do for you laying down. It's what they do for you standing up.
Right.
And that power comes from knowing that you can survive anything. Just like you said, you can survive. I could survive anything. If I survived this, which was the closest thing to they say ending my life, and I know I still have so much more life to live.
Yes.
I could survive it.
But what, Butterfly?
Come on.
I knew I was going to survive this. That wasn't even a question. Once I left my addiction, I dropped that addiction.
Come on.
Which was my ex-husband. It is. I love him for the things that he did. I love him for the bad things he did. Because the bad things that he did made me the woman that I am sitting here today. He taught me so much. And I thanked him for all of it. I thanked him for everything. I'm talking every good thing and every bad thing. Because without that, how else was I going to learn?
You wasn't going to learn.
I wasn't going to learn. That was 30 years in. That was a 30-year relationship. And for me to finally be able to walk away from that, baby, I knew I could conquer the world.
And
because that was a truth.
With that being said, I am so glad that you brought that full circle, because that's what it is. Sometimes we are addicted to people, places, and things, right? And I also had that addiction with my husband. I was codependent. Didn't even realize I had became codependent on this man. And so my story and my testimony isn't just about a medical condition having to survive. Mine was being in a codependent situation and having a stroke and waking up in the hospital, and I'm looking at him over there looking at me, and he's like, "You okay?" I said, "What I'm doing here?" He said, "They said you had a stroke." I said, "Yeah, babe, I'm gonna do better. Babe, I ain't gonna do. Babe, I'm gonna straighten up. Babe, I'm gonna do this. I ain't going to do nothing else no more. I'm just here to take care of you." 24 hours later, couldn't find him again. Tried to stroke me out. I don't know. Those emotional and relationship addictions is where we are. We're in this conversation right now, y'all. I'm your girl, Ellen Butterfly Ellen. This is the Life and Bullshit podcast. This is my girl, Renee, Empress. She is phenomenal. She's a reader of the heart and the soul and the spirit, and that's what I like. She's also an author. Y'all, I've been talking to all these authors lately, okay? So in our journey and in our relationships, when we get sucked in and pulled in, we also have to take accountability, right? We have to take accountability because we allowed it. We stayed for it. We pacified it. We put Band-Aids on it. But once we remove all of those blinders and all of those obstacles, and now we rise, right? Oh, is that my end? Going forward, what do you see for your future as far as healthy relationships, healthy mind, healthy body? I'm not taking anything less than. I'm not accepting anything less than what I deserve. Actually, I might go a little bit over the top with it because, I feel like I deserve a little bit extra. Exactly. You have to stand in it. You know what I'm saying? Because we sat in it so long, so now we going to stand in it.
All right. Okay. And I'm standing in everything that I deserve. And I'm going to get everything that I deserve.
And that's
already started. I'm so grateful.
I know. You look good, man. You look good. You're happy. You're smiling. So that means that you got a little love going on. So on the Life and Bullshit podcast, you know how we do it, y'all. We ask all the important questions. And before we end, we got to ask the Life and Bullshit question. Okay. And that question for you today is, moving on from your toxic relationship, even though he was a good man, he gave those babies. We be thankful for what they do, but they do give us, but the stuff that they try and take from us, now that's the thing. We don't want them taking our life. We don't want them taking, the thing that God gave us.
Right.
You understand? Because a lot of times that's what happens. You didn't give me the breath of life, but you want to take my life. So the fact that you walked away with your life means a lot. And now that you have a fiance, I heard you say you had a fiance. You got a fiance?
I'm so sorry. I'm just blushing.
You've been blushing since you had the fiance.
I have. Yes, I do.
You always blush. That's a good thing. You know what I think too? Younger women sometimes, I'm insert this, different, generational. They don't think that we as the 50 and up club can blush again, can love again, can date again.
I've been doing a whole lot of things again. I ain't think I'll be able to do again. Do we have? So hey.
That's it.
It's been a wonderful journey.
So, with that being said, life and bullshit, take what you need, leave the rest on the floor. What are you learning in this new relationship that you're going to take and that you're going to leave? Because no relationship is perfect, right?
Right.
So, what are you taking from the relationship and what are you leaving? Now, I got a notion, but I'll share that at the end.
Taking from the new relationship, I'm taking everything that this man has done. And I'm taking it wholehearted because I want to be able to reciprocate that, but I want to give him something that he can reciprocate as well. Because this is not just a one-way street. He's gone through some things as well. Men go through things on a daily basis.
They do. They're good. Yeah.
Please don't ever disregard their feelings, because I'm one who don't, even with the ex. And everybody has boundaries. Everybody has standards. And with this man right here, like I said, I take everything that he offers wholeheartedly because he honestly gives it to me from his heart. And he doesn't have to say it. He's an old-fashioned, old country man. Old-fashioned, old country.
Like a man, country boy.
Yes, and he shows me his love through his actions. And that's something that I love to mirror. I've never been able to actually mirror that before, so I can mirror that, and that's what I can give to him. But now, he a talking son of a son. He loves to talk. I talk what I have to talk, but he's a talking man. I love to speak with y'all, but he can talk. So now I'll leave that.
You can leave that. You can leave that, all that extra chat. But you got to realize he a country boy.
That's why I said.
In the country, they grow up with that bullshit. The men outside, they talking all. That's all they do.
And that's what he do. He talk so much crap. Now, see, I didn't grow up like this. I grew up on the softer side. We say, oh, you're so cute. You're so, I ain't grew up there. You're so, you'll be like, hold on. Did you? He be like, babe, I'm just playing. Like, oh, no. Okay, so I'm a little sensitive on that. So I'm going to leave all of that with him. But other than that, there's nothing.
Yeah. She's going to take, y'all. I'm a little bit older than her, so I'm just going, because I'm with the bullshit today. She's going to take that good loving that's pure and it's sacred. Because it's different being with a man who loving only you versus being with a man who will love anything.
And it is. Yeah.
That's what she's taking. That's her life. That bullshit is what she's leaving behind, which was her experiences of having had someone who did not honor the sanctity and the sacredness of just enjoying her. Because, baby, she a brick house now, ain't? Y'all better see she got these little shorts on. It's like, what? The man better take the house like me. She said he ain't see ya. But guess what? She said, had he seen it, he wouldn't have said nothing because he ain't worried. He know what he got. He know what he got. Because guess what? He know that he has a survivor and she survived more than her share. So I thank y'all for coming in here with me. I thank y'all for being here. And y'all, we're going to have to keep talking about the unhealthiness of these relationships that we as women entertain, especially when it comes to us losing our life, especially when it comes to us, our children being left without mothers or mothers left without children, because the world is unforgiving right now.
It is.
We're living in an unforgiving world. But the life that we can continue to live in the honesty and the truth, you can find it here on this side. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to Life and Bullshit podcast. I will always welcome you back. And when are you going to start back doing your podcast?
Because I will be doing the Sovereign Saturdays.
Okay.
And on this podcast, it's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm pretty much talking about the sisterhood, women's empowerment movement. which is very strong. Okay, we have a retreat coming up as well in June. The end of June, this will be our summer retreat for 2026. And we're only inviting 12 women this time because we want to make it a little bit more intimate. So that's what we'll be talking about, and just talking about sisterhood.
And where's the retreat going to be?
The retreat is going to be revealed upon registry.
Upon registration. Okay, cool.
Yes.
I get that. Because we don't want everybody. And I understand. We don't want everybody. This year has been great for me because I have also moved into my life era and leaving the bullshit behind. As far as like, even in entrepreneurship, like you have to go on my site and you got to book a consultation. There's no more free information to friends. There's no more discount information to friends. And so how I got there was through my TikTok. You know, I've met so many people there. And the lady hired me, another chef, to come and cater her event. No qualms about, pricing.
Right.
And I realized that people will give you what you accept. And people will accept what you give them. So you have to navigate where you want to be in all of the chaos. Like I told someone yesterday, I can't commit. It's okay. When you do commit, it won't be the same price that you will offer this time. Right? It's going to be a different price. And so nothing I do, I tell them to start something at $300. So go somewhere else with it. So, but I am looking for speaking engagement. So if y'all need a speaker, y'all need something motivational encouragement, let me know. I also published a book today. I sent it for publication yesterday. It was approved. So I got a new book. It's a journal. It's called Recovering from a Cry.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited about it.
You should be.
Recovering from a cry. Yeah. So we're steady moving forward, y'all. Keep moving forward in life. Keep moving forward. Do not silence your voice for anyone. Show up every time. On time. Y'all, I'll see y'all later. Bye.